This is how we talk when it's answered.
Black Hood. We're called the Red Circle. EJ, we're coming for you. Yeah, we will find you. Find you. We will hunt you. Hunt you. We will end you.
This is the Kevin cruising episode. I know you guys are waiting for Kevin to be the focal point of an episode. Well, here it is.
Here it is. And he's, you guessed it, sleeping with men in the woods. It's Fox Forest, New Riverdale location, untapped.
We just see them sort of kiss.
Kind of like make out, and then there's like noises.
That's how it happens every time. It's like, we're making out. What was that over there?
Yeah.
And this time, Kevin's hearing yet another gunshot. The Black Hood shooting the Clumpster and Moose.
Kevin is like, wait, my Trade, don't run away. Come help me save the Clumpster.
But we don't know where Trade went. I think
Trade
he
runs and
ran.
Kevin is like, oh my god, the Clumpster. He sees her stumbling out of Moose's car after the Black Hood shot at both of them like 12 times at close range.
Yeah, exactly. And somehow not a single shot hit Midge.
Kevin is like, oh my god, Midge, let's get you to the hospital, Clumpstina. And the next day at school, Reggie is like, football team, Archie specifically, the Black Hood struck again. Moose is in the hospital. The Clumpster's traumatized. Kevin was there for some reason.
For unexplained reasons.
And Reggie is looking the most scrumdiddly dumptious he's ever looked.
So good. He looks so good.
So Archie is like, oh my gosh, I'm vindicated.
I'm gay.
Archie is
proven right.
Archie is proven right that the Black Hood is like attacking multiple people. It's a serial connected case.
And this, I would say, does poke holes in his previous episode theory of it being specifically people close to him, because Moose and him are like not that close.
And
like they're on the same football team, but like the Clumpster, maybe the Black Hood hates pixie cuts.
Archie is like, wait, this is crazy. We need to go like see Moose, see what's up, full lockdown mode. Like, it's the Black Hood is attacking,
and they're getting the bulldogs,
and they're getting the bulldogs riled up. Betty runs up to Kevy in the halls and is like, you were sucking dick and cock, weren't you?
I know you weren't just running outside.
I know you weren't running outside. I know that, like, why the heck were you in Fox Forest when there was literally a serial killer murdering the Clumpster? Like, I know it's because you were doing little cruisy things, my gay Kevin. And Betty's like doing this like full cruising discussion in the middle of the hallway. So of course,
who could be lurking in the background but
Sherelle. Kevin is like, Betty, I know you don't love that I cruise. And she's like, use Grind'em like every other gay guy.
So Riverdale has Grind'em. So we
Riverdale
love that.
has Grind'em.
And she's like, promise me you won't cruise again. And he's like, sure, Betty, I won't.
And Cheryl is just like,
shows in the background like, meddling?
If I was in the woods and then there was like a gunshot, my ex-lover and his new girlfriend were getting shot up, I would be pretty rattled the next day at school.
Well, and also,
I would be pretty rattled.
We do forget that the last time we saw him cruising, he did indeed see a dead body.
Yeah, the last time he was with Moose, he discovered Jason Blossom's murdered corpse. And this time when he was trying to cruise wholesomely, Moose got shot up. So it's getting... Poor Kevin is 0 for 2.
Yeah.
Kevin's 0 for 2. Except for that Joaquin tryst.
Yeah, but that wasn't really a cruise. Yeah, they knew each other.
Yeah. We're at the hospital.
We are at the hospital.
To visit Moose. Midge has inexplicably escaped without a scratch on her. Moose explains it's because he's such a big hunking slab of beef. The bullets all hit him and he deflected them.
Guys, I don't know how guns work, but something about that feels fishy to me.
Speaking of fishy, Reggie's eating hospital yogurt
and he's
serving face.
He's serving body tea. But we do get a lovely Jaws reference for whatever the fuck reason, where that, because Archie is like, okay, like, what do you remember? What did you see in the Black Hood? You know, and I mean, we saw those pictures. It was dark as shit. So I don't know what he's expecting, but both Moose and Midge are like, he had dull black eyes, like a shark's eyes. There was nothing behind
There's
them.
nothing behind those.
And Archie's like,
eyes,
were they
me
green? Were they
boy."
green? And they're like, I don't fucking know, dude.
Yeah. They were. He was like, I didn't see the color, but I did see that they were dead inside. And I'm like,
No, you didn't. You were getting
no,
shot.
You didn't. Like you were being your big meat sack self to save the clumpster.
Or like, sorry.
Sorry. Also, Midge brings Moose a little stuffed animal moose.
It's cute. That's
It's
cute.
really cute.
That's cute.
That is cute. So they left school to go visit Moose in the hospital. Meanwhile, guess who's just starting his school day at the new high school he's attending, Southside High? Jughead Jones.
Well, yes.
So Jughead's going through the Southside High metal detectors. He's like,
and they're like, go back through, kid. And he's like, I don't have anything on me.
as Juggy's freaking it at the metal detector, a flashbulb camera goes off.
And yes.
It's Tony Topaz.
Oh, yeah.
Yay! I really like Tony.
Yeah, I love Tony. She is a big part of me as a person.
She loves a vintage camera, a vintage flannel
Mm-hmm.
halter matched with a vintage flannel tied around the waist.
Well, exactly. It's flannel, it's bandana, it's pink
mixed
hair.
patterns.
She's a mammoth, of course. And she has pink
And she
hair.
has pink hair.
But
What
wait a
if
second.
What if we told you Tony's been here since season 1, episode 3?
And what if we told you we showed you the picture where she is
Introduced.
Dun,
Dun, dun.
remember when everybody was leaving hate comments?
On Ronnie's sticky maple post? Tony was one of them.
Oh yeah, Tony with a Y this time.
So Tony Topaz left on Ronnie Lodge's sticky maple post, no gracias. Introducing herself to Jughead. She's like, let me snap a pic. Hey, you're Jughead Jones, aren't ya?
Yeah, Forsyth Pendleton,
Jones,
the third.
The third. I'm Tony. I've been assigned to give you a little tour around campus on this fine day. Let's go up and down the halls. We'll get a little glimpse of a bunch of kids doing jingle jangle.
Well, yes, drug use is alive and well at Southside High.
And Tony's like, don't mind them. We won't like cross paths with the jingle janglers.
Well, yes.
And Jughead's like, whoa.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, she's showing him the rope. She's like, you're a serpent, aren't you? Maybe I'm a serpent. Do you want to come sit with us at lunch?
And he's like, I'm more of a lone wolf. I like to go on my own speed. And she's like, you won't for long.
She's like, you see those ghoulies over there?
Mm-hmm. Ghoulie mention.
Ghoulie mention. Ghoulie
mention.
This is our second Riverdale gang that's been introduced.
Mm-hmm.
They're the ghoulies.
And if you thought that the serpents were bad, the ghoulies are worse. They're the ones that are actually doing drugs.
They're dealing
and dealing
the
drugs.
jingle. Jughead is like, I can hold my own. Thank you, Miss Topaz.
Mm-hmm.
Cutting back and forth between Southside High, Riverdale High, we do see a little snippet of a scene where Ronnie is like, okay, guys, hey. So, I know that, like, Moose and the Clumpster just got shot. And, like, everyone's really freaking it. But, like, what if we, like, diffuse the situation, come over to mi casa, and we'll watch
The Bachelorette. And also meet me papa.
And also incidentally meet me papa. That's that me papa. Since Hiram has been like making an effort to be a normal dad, Ronnie is like, this is a test. Like if he can be normal around Archie, my boy toy.
Exactly.
We'll let it slide. So we cut to the Pembroke. They're all watching the Bachelorette.
Mm-hmm.
And Hiram and Hermione kind of like walk through. They're like going off to a big soiree.
Mm-hmm.
And we get a little handshake between Hiram and Archie.
Betty is living for the drama. Betty is me in this situation. I'm like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Ronnie looks like she's going to shit herself.
And that's so valid. It's a very quick interaction, but Hiram is like, you seem cool. The brave Archie Kens.
And Hiram's like, so we'll be seeing you for dinner later this week, right?
And Archie's kind of like gagged me a bit. And Ronnie's like, what? Dinner now? Daddykins? And he's like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We need to talk mano-y-mano.
Mano-y-mano.
He is Spanglishing a lot in this.
Yeah.
I think they're trying to remind us, like, hey, by the way,
Yeah, it's giving like Archie, come over to Sena this week at
Yeah,
Mikasa.
yeah, at Mikasa.
So Archie, after his little talk with Hiram, where they met, and Hiram was like, "You're protecting my daughter."
Mm-hmm.
Archie goes home, pulls out his gun,
Mm-hmm.
and is like, "What if Ronnie and I were out one night in Lover's Lane, and the Black Hood tried to shoot us up like he shot Moose in the Clumpster?"
Mm-hmm.
Hiram asked what I was gonna do to save the town. He pulls out a comic book of, you guessed it, the Red Circle, a superhero team meant to save the world.
Well, yes.
And so he's holding his gun, he's holding his Red Circle comic, and he's like, 2 + 2.
What the fuck is this?
So this is all the night after the Bachelorette party. Next morning, Betty hopping down the stairs of the Cooper house. And she goes up to her mom and she's like, there is a package on the door. It's this. And Alice is like, what the hell is this even?
Mm-hmm.
And it just says Cooper on it. And it's like a big, hefty
Like a manila folder.
manila folder.
It's very anthraxy.
It's very packaged.
Mm-hmm.
And Alice doesn't open it yet, but when she does, oh, trust.
We will be there. Next, we have the official
Formation of the
Red Circle.
So Dalton is whittling a spear in the Bulldog locker room. Archie has gathered the football team. They're all still riled up about the Clumpster Moose attack.
Mm-hmm.
So he's picked the right crowd to be like, we're taking the offense. We're forming the Red Circle. We're like a neighborhood watch. We're going to like patrol for the Black Hood to make sure that he doesn't like attack other people.
Right.
He's in our streets.
And as Dalton's over there whittling some sort of spear,
Yes.
Archie's like, no weapons, no violence. We're going to do this. We're going to have a clean, honest fight is kind
Yeah.
of what he's giving right now.
And he's also giving, like, to his credit, he's like, we're a neighborhood watch. So if we see something, we call the cops.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not, like, intervening. He's giving, like, vigilante light right now.
Yes. Right.
He goes
right
vigilante
now.
dark pretty soon. And this is what Dilton is, like, clocking his tea a little bit. As the rest of the team goes, like, woo, 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 they leave. Dilton is like, okay, so I see your vigilante light.
I raise you vigilante dark.
Because you also bought a gun from me, Diva. I know you're trying to, like, hunt the Black Hood to avenge your father or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, let me whittle my little spear phallically and clock you.
Mm-hmm.
And Archie's like, you don't know anything about me, Dilton Doily.
Yeah. Now we're getting some more Cheryl. I can't think of the word. What am I saying?
Lurking.
Eavesdropping tea.
Eavesdropping tea. Kevin and Betty are publicly talking about Kevin's gaping.
Well,
Betty's like, Kevin, stop it now.
then Kevin leaves.
Yeah.
And Cheryl comes up and she goes, you know, Kevin, how Kevin used to be an uggo? That's why he's cruising. Hope this helps.
Different folks, different strokes.
Right. But it's just like, I think you should think about your safety in this situation.
Yeah. Because also it's giving minor Tina.
Mm-hmm.
Minor Tina with major issues.
Yeah,
Like,
well,
like,
yes. Well, yes. We're at the sheriff's office and the Cooper package has been opened.
The Cooper package has been dumped out on his desk. Fred's wallet. Grundy's Lolita glasses.
And a note talking about how the Black Hood is coming for all the sinners.
In Riverdale.
And then Sheriff Keller is like, okay, we'll let's keep this quiet for now. And Alice is like, oh, so it's already on the presses. Archie deserves an apology from everybody for acting like he was crazy boots.
Loki. But you were right. His original theory was wrong. It's not because
Mhm.
they're connected to Archie. It's because they're sinners. Fred, infidelity, even though he was getting a divorce from his wife, and also Hermione was also not loyal because her husband was in prison and they were staying together. So really Hermione, in theory, would be the more infidelitous. But
here we are.
he's a sinner. Grundy because she's a pedophile. Valid.
Mhm.
And then Midge and Moose because they were jingling and having premarital sex.
Which, like, okay, really?
We've chosen 3 very differing levels
Right,
of like sin, but
Mhm.
hey.
But
By
hey.
the way, everyone should go see Sinners. It's an amazing movie.
I need to go see
It's
it.
incredible. Like, I really loved it. My flashlight.
And
getting
me and Michael B.
getting
Jordan
through
macking
the
it.
night. Yeah. To our beautiful acapella cover of Flashlight. Archie is going full neighborhood watch. He's making the Red Circle public, Tina. He
Mhm.
prints about 3,000 flyers.
Yeah.
They canvassed the town.
They really did. And I mean, they're doing the Lord's work.
But Sheriff Keller is like, so Archie, you can't be a vigilante mob of teenage boys, actually. So he comes up to Archie's locker holding a crumpled up little poster and he's like, hey,
Don't worry.
don't worry.
Because Waldo is going to come save the day.
So Sheriff Keller is like chewing out Archie. Here comes Principal Weatherby to be like, don't worry, Sheriff. The Rad Circle is a student organization sanctioned by the school. It's just a student org. And the Sheriff Keller goes, really, Waldo?
And it's just like, okay, so they want to touch each other.
Name reveal. We're doing it again. We're cutting back and forth between Southside High, Riverdale High.
Like a little earlier, we had a little scene where Jughead is in English class and he's being annoying and pretentious.
At Southside. He's the only one that's participating.
And Mr. Phillips is the teacher.
A Southside High English teacher.
And he's kind of hot. I'm going to say it.
I'll agree. Shit.
And he's like, Jug, you're a smart man. And then Jughead was like, can I do the newspaper?
And Mr. Phillips is like, the student papers don't really do well here. They get involved in the gangs. They start becoming friends for like funneling drugs and like bad stuff. If you find a way to do no gangs and no drugs, you can open up the Red and Black, the Southside High student paper.
And so Jug was like, okay, I've got it. Me and Tony, we're doing this thing.
Me and Tony were doing this thing. She'll be the photojournalist,
Mm-hmm.
and he will be the
journalist.
Right.
We're in the Red and Black room at Southside High. And who should appear on our lovely, lovely screens?
Sweet Pea. He's like Deputy Serpent Diva,
Mm-hmm.
like Serpent Junior League, like
Mm-hmm.
Serpent
JV squad.
JV squad. He's like captain of the JV. Sweet Pea's like, dude, you're in this gang,
You can't be half in.
but if you don't want our protection, our love, our support, we're outie. And also, fuck the Red and Black then.
Mm-hmm.
And so Tony's just kind of like,
We'll see what happens, Juggy. Kevin and Moose are bonding over the fact that Kevin's only option is to cruise.
Kevin is like, I care for you, Moose. I hope you're okay. Like, I didn't want you to get shot. And Moose is like, I know. Why were you in the woods that night? And Kevin is like, because I'm a little gay boy. And Moose is like,
And he's just sort of like, guys like us, like,
Guys
Riverdale
like
never
us.
accept us. And I'm like, okay, but you have the clumpster.
yeah, like, and Kevin's just kind of sitting there like, okay.
Mm-hmm. Hermione's been a bit of a menace towards Ronnie, and she's
Yeah.
like, don't you want to know what happens in the study? Don't you want to be with the big girls? And so Ronnie is like, listen, let's stop tiptoeing around it. If my dad's a bad person, fucking say it to my face. And Hermione can't say anything, so she's like, okay, well, at least he's fucking trying. You're not.
Hiram snuggles up behind Hermione's like, don't turn my daughter against me. Here.
Mm-hmm. I can hear everything in this fucking house. And he's like slowly, threateningly zipping
up
her
her
dress. And I'm
yeah.
like, oh, he's gonna get the skin. Oh my god, he's gonna zip her skin. He didn't.
He didn't, not even a little, but it's okay. So Cheryl is at Pops. She's so us right now. She's
Mhm.
literally just on her phone, grilling out.
She's eavesdropping again. And
Well,
by this, I mean
looking out the
she's
window.
looking out the window and seeing things that pass by the window. You know, eavesdropping.
She sees Kevin going for a night jog, and she's like, that little gay boy's gay.
So she decides to
calls
call up
up
her
Betty.
cuz.
Her cuz. She's like, you know how you blackmailed me with my dad's snuff film like 2 episodes ago? Let me out your cruising gay bestie.
Before we get the aftermath of that, we do indeed see Ethel Muggs. Yay, Ethel!
Ethel mentioned.
Except she's being stupid and walking alone in the gross fog next to the highway with no reflective clothing on.
Not named. No mention of the Lonely Highway, but it's giving.
But this
it's
is
evocative
the
of the
Lonely
Lonely
Highway.
Highway. Suddenly, a mysterious van starts like coming at her, so she starts running. She calls the Red Circle hotline number. Archie and Reggie come save her. They like do a little drive chase of the creepy van. Ethel was hiding in the cornfield.
Yeah, she really was. Guys,
to like stay safe.
Yeah. And she's like, oh my God, it was so scary. And Archie's like, did you see anybody in the van? And she's like, no.
Did he have green eyes? And she's like,
how the fuck was I supposed to see? I don't know.
Me. Is Ethel a sinner? Maybe in like the original sense.
Yeah, like she was born.
She was born. Like, what is the original sin?
The apple.
But like, is the original sin like knowledge? Like we're born with like an understanding of sin. Ethel is essentially in the parable of Riverdale Eve.
Yeah. And the apple is.
That's what I'm saying. What is it? Like, I feel like I've dragged you into a pit that you don't want to be in. Mari mentioned.
I was just gonna say that.
So Betty shows up to Fox Forest with Cheryl to catch Kevin cruising. She's like, Kevin, I thought I said no more gay sex. And he's like, Betty, you don't understand me. You'll never understand me.
You're disgusted by me.
Disgusted by me. You with your weird will I won't I with Archie and Jughead getting to explore your BDSM sexuality. I don't have those options, Betty. I have these woods. This is what I have. And Cheryl's in the back like,
Gag it.
Gag it.
And I'm just sitting here like, Kevin, you sweet, sweet boy. Really?
It's okay. Like, join your local GSA. Because
No.
you know Betty would run that like the Navy.
Oh, yeah.
And that would actually maybe putting it like that. Kevin, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Kevin, actually,
Kevin,
maybe you're valid.
Maybe you're right. Maybe you're valid. We cut to the library.
And we have a map of Riverdale.
The town, as we've discussed, no concept of size. This is the most concrete look at Riverdale you will ever see. We have, for your benefit, flipped it. It was originally shown in the show upside down.
Mm-hmm.
But this is Archie planning out a red circle neighborhood watch map, tracking out where different locations of people have been got by the Black Hood. And he's little circles. He's showing where Ethel was chased, Lover's Lane, the Pop's school, da-da-da-da. I'm going to hold them to this.
I am
know
going to
that
hold
they're
them to
not
it.
Gonna follow through.
Ethel is getting mugged. Jughead is also getting beat the fuck up.
He stayed late one night at the Red and Black after spurning Sweet Pea and the Serpent's protection.
And some ghoulies beat him up. And Betty's like, oh my God, I knew you shouldn't have gotten that motorcycle. You fell and hurt yourself on the motorcycle.
She's like cleaning up his little scratches.
And Tony's
in the
kind of,
corner,
she's kind of looking at him like, I know it was the ghoulies.
You lying liar. You lying liar. And so Jughead's trying to like shelter Betty from the gang violence at Southside High. But this is giving impetus for maybe Juggy should sit with the serpents at lunch.
Yeah, maybe Juggy should sit with the serpents at lunch, and maybe he should trust Betty a little more.
Maybe he should trust Betty a little, open up to her. Let her in.
Mm-hmm. So we have the dinner.
So we're at the big dinner with Hiram et al. Hiram is saying things about Archie like, love that you're doing Red Circle. Hiram is like, Archie, would you come like to have a little rum in my study?
And the boys leave, and Hermione looks at Ronnie, and she's like, don't you want to go see what happens in there? Aren't you so jealous that he'll just let any guy in there? But you're always on the outside, aren't you, baby? Mwah.
We cut to the Cooper house. Betty hears a squeak on the stairs. She goes out to investigate. Polly's leaving to go run away to the farm upstate that her and JJ were originally going to run off to when they first found out about Pregnancy Gate and the proposal et al. Betty's like, girl, don't leave. And Polly is like, no, Dad always gets stuff wrong, and Mom keeps apologizing until she does the next bad thing. Like, I need to protect my babies. And
my incest twins are going to be born at a farm upstate. So now we go to inside the study where we see the Ronnie portrait.
The Ronnie portrait. Hiram is giving Archie rum.
Well, yes.
Well, yes. This is our first maybe little taste of the lodge rum industry.
Mm-hmm.
They're gabbing about like, yes, the Red Circle. You're doing a good neighborhood watch. I think you could take even more of an offensive approach, Archie. Like, you saw what happened with the Ethel chase. You saw, like, you weren't there in time. You couldn't even call the police. Like, he got away. Whoever was in that van, like, your neighborhood watch is good, but think bigger, Archie. Think bigger. And Archie is like, what should I do, sir? And Hiram's like, that is up to you, my child. But like, I just am here to support you and say that, hey, if you're going to protect this town, protect my daughter.
Maybe you should do better.
Also, there's a little throwaway line where Hiram is like, bet your dad would never give you this rum, huh? And Archie's like, oh, no, he wouldn't. And
Yeah, it's giving.
it's
Are the
giving-
girls fighting? So Kevin has continued to cruise, and he's
Yes.
gone over to some man in the woods' car.
So he goes inside and he gets stabbed.
And he gets stabbed, and he looks down. He's like, oh my God. And he hears Betty's voice in his head going, be safe, Kevin. Oh my God.
But don't worry, guys. It's just a vision.
Kevin's there, and he goes, actually, I'm going to go ahead and go home.
But
and
who's up waiting for him?
Sheriff Keller. And Betty has done even more
Yeah.
work than Kevin was realized, and has told Sheriff Keller everything.
Sheriff Keller is like, okay, where were you, Kev? And Kevin is like, I was at Betty's. And Sheriff Keller goes, she told me that you've been getting dicked down in the woods. And Kevin goes, oh, gagged me a little bit.
Yeah,
Like,
gag me a little bit on that one.
So she's fully like outed the cruising.
Yeah.
Betty Loki not slaying.
She's not slaying, but it does have a good outcome because Sheriff Keller actually does really well with this information.
He's like, so we've talked about this, Kev. I know you don't have a lot of options. I want you to be safe. There's a killer on the loose. Like, I know this is really, really tough for you, son. Like, can we talk about it?
like, should we talk about these things more?
Like-
And it's
I don't want you sneaking around. That's worse than
Yeah.
just us not. And Kevin like starts crying and they hug and it's really emotional.
sweet and healing.
It's sweet and healing.
So the next morning after the dinner, Ronnie's like, Pop Daddy, I need to be a more active part of Lodge Industries. Can I please, Daddykins?
I'm technically a shareholder.
And he's like, yeah, sure. Sure,
Ronnykins.
Ronniekins. What does he call her? Mija.
And she kind of looks over to Hermione to be like, see, he's letting me do stuff.
Hmm.
And it's like, you two are fighting each other instead of the real enemy.
The way that Archie decided to interpret Hiram's go on the offensive is to, well, let's say,
Archie gathers the entire Red Circle football team. And in order to make a message to the Black Hood, he says we need to intimidate him. Everyone strip.
everyone strip, let's put on some red
masks.
hoods.
Archie's the only one that doesn't have a hood on.
And he's saying, listen here, Black Hood, you thought you could walk all over us? Oh, no.
Oh, no,
We're the
no.
Red Circle,
And we're coming to find you. And when we find you, we will hunt you. And
and we will end you. Girl,
Gag it.
be so fucking for real. Everyone in the town is watching it, including Hiram Lodge.
From his little study with the Ronnie portrait.
And he's looking, and he's smiling.
He's pleased. Kevin really came out with a bang. Tony and Sophie are on the board, so that's major moves.
Ethel is here this season.
Ethel's here this season. Yeah, and we got Delton for sympathy. But
Yeah.
that's pretty much it. It's pretty standard what you could expect.
More characters being introduced, but a large focus on Archie right now.
Gag it.
Gag it.